Hey, welcome back to Algebra 1. We are in Chapter 10, Section 4. We're looking at radical equations. So we've been working with radicals the last few sections, so now we're just popping them into some equations. So here we go. In order to solve it, we have to isolate the radical. That means get it by itself. So we're going to get rid of everything else. Alright, so here we have an example. Waterline length of a sailboat is the length of the line made by the water's edge when the boat is full and the hull speed is the fastest speed it can travel. It's estimated by using this formula right here, where L is the length of the sailboat's waterline. If the hull speed of a boat is 9 nautical miles per hour, find the length of the boat's waterline in feet. Alright, so we just had to get through that text, but we found the key information. We know that L is the length of the sailboat's waterline. So we are looking for L. We know that 9 is going to be H. So we'll plug in the 9 here, and then we have to get L by itself. That means divide both sides by 134. Okay, then we get 6.716. Now to undo a radical, to undo a square root, I have to square it. A square cancels out the square root. So then I'm left with 45.1 is the approximate length of the sailboat's waterline. If we have an expression in the radicand, okay, we're going to get this by itself first. So we subtract 7 from each side, get that by itself. Now we want to undo the square root, so we have to square that expression. The square cancels out the square root, and then I'm left with a plus 5 is equal to 25. Subtract the 5, and you get a is 20. Finally, if we have a variable on each side, okay, again, we want to isolate the radical. So we want to get rid of this first, square it. Now notice I'm squaring both sides. So here we're going to have to do k minus 1 times k minus 1. Over here we just get rid of the radical. There, multiply. You can FOIL that or you can put it in the box method. Okay, you'll end up with k squared minus 2k plus 1. Now I want to get the expression, get the variables to one side. So bring the variables over here, make this equal 0. Okay, now we could have ended up with a trinomial. In this case, we just ended up with a binomial because the 1 canceled out here. We check to see. We have two terms. This is a difference of squares. This is not a square right here. But our first step should always be to check, can we factor anything out? Yes, we can. We can factor out a k. So then we're left with k times k minus 3, and we can solve that. When is this 0? Well, it's 0 when k is 0, or it's 0 when k is 3. If k is positive 3, 3 minus 3 is 0. Now, we do have to check our answers against our initial expression and see, do they make sense up here? Okay, if I do 3 plus 1, that's 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 3 minus 1 is also 2. So that's good. If I put in 0 here, 0 plus 1 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. Okay, so it can't be the 0 because I would get a negative 1 over there. So this answer doesn't make sense with the initial problem. So it is k equals 3 as an answer. And that's all the fun we're going to have today. I will see you in the next lesson.